I think we're live. So, welcome everyone. Let's see. So just so you know, you should see a little chat pane if you're working at a computer where you can chat with everybody. So if it's a group chat, anything you type there will be shared with the whole group. Oh, see, Andrea just said hello. If you are not using a computer and are on a mobile phone or using a different browser other than Chrome, you may have a little bit of delay because they have a compatibility mode that you have to go through. So welcome. We're super glad that you're joining us. And we thought we'd start off just by finding out where everybody's joining us from. So type it in there. Let us know. Oh, there we go. Whole bunch of new messages.
Hey, I'm just going to be honest, people. I'm not good at pronouncing things. Tucson, why do you have to spell it that way?
I know it's Tucson, right?
Tucson.
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 I love Tucson. It's a great city.
Let's see. A couple people from New York.
Pennsylvania. Yes.
We've got Jen from Washington.
Yay, my neighbor.
Oh, at least 3 people from New York. Now listen, you people in New York, we are sending you all of our good love.
Yes, all of our love to you. Stay safe. Wash your hands a lot.
4 people in New York.
Cindy, because we're weird. That's why we spell it Tucson. Yeah, Patty's here.
Becca is in Baltimore. I think, isn't Baltimore kind of getting scary too?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard a lot about Baltimore. Although
look, Patty and Diane both are in Long Island. They just made new friends.
Yeah. That's what this is all about. All right. Well,
I'm in Tulsa. I'm not in Tulsa. I'm in a little town called Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Allison?
I'm in Seattle, which is beautifully sunny out today after we had oddly hail yesterday and a lot of rain. And we're joined by Aimee and Brian. Where are you guys?
We are just outside of Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
Mechanicsville.
It is cold here today. It rained yesterday, and it was 80 degrees on Monday.
Yeah. And Ingrid says she loves Little Fox Yarn, whose stand she visits every year at SBFF.
Oh, that's so neat.
I know. Yes. All right. Well, so for those who don't know, Andrea and I are knitting sisters. We are the knitting duo behind Knitrino. We're working on interactive knitting patterns optimized for your phone. So our whole idea is to totally change how you interact with knitting patterns when you're using your phone to knit. And we are coming along. Fortunately for us, our whole operation is remote anyway. So this aside from being, a really bad thing for our country and the world, for our work, it hasn't slowed us down a lot. So we're really hoping we'll be have an app available really soon in beta that you guys can test if you want. You can sign up on our website. And we are thrilled to have with us today Aimee and Brian from Little Fox Yarns. We have known them. They're some of the first people we met, I think, when we started this business, and Andrea may have even known them longer, I think, as a designer, maybe? No? Okay.
We just met in Minneapolis.
Yes.
Vogue Knitting
first show. Yeah, the first show we went to, Vogue Knitting Live Minneapolis, back at the end of 2018, which seems ages ago.
Ingrid is knitting a sweater, and how do you say it? Linnea?
Linnea, yes.
And I'm wearing Vixen. Allison, what are you wearing?
Oh, and I am also wearing Vixen. This is my 1949 dragonfly dress, only it's just the top. But all of this in Little Fox's Vixen base in, I think it's Vardo is the color.
Yes. That means the dress.
Yes, so we're big fans. We're going to show.
Fashion show at Vogue Knitting Live in New York this year.
That's right. I did.
Show, yes.
Yes, winner of the
grand
runway.
prize.
Yes.
And And while at Vogue Knitting Live New York, I bought another dress quantity of this beautiful yarn from Little Fox. And this is the Fired Pumpkin. I can't wait to see what this becomes.
Aimee, I don't know if you know I did this. This is one of my favorite colors of yours. I've got the right to sing the blues.
Yes.
And I made this, but I haven't weaved
one.
in the end, so that's why I'm not wearing it. I made it like a year ago. What's wrong with me?
Oh, it's so cute.
But I love
Send it to me.
I
I'll
love
leave
the
them in.
story behind this colorway. Do you want to share the story of how you named this color?
Yeah, so it actually comes from something really sad, but because sometimes when sad things happen, you need to find some joy. And we actually lost our dog Rosie. She unexpectedly died and from congestive heart failure. And that night, after we had come back from letting her go, and we were having a really hard time. And so with nothing else to do, we decided to dye yarn, and I decided to make a new color. And so I made, I've Got a Right to Sing the Blues.
Which is actually also a song that I sing on occasion. Yes.
So it's an old song title, but also means a lot to us in memory of her. And as you know, it's a beautiful color too.
It is a beautiful color.
Oh, thank you, Ingrid McGee.
And do we want to also mention that this beautiful wrap, which let me just show you guys. This thing is gorgeous. So this is a wrap that will be in, it will be available in Knitrino when we launch, which will be in the next couple of months. This is also in Little Fox, in Vixen. And the color, I think, Andrea, is what was it? T-Room?
Is it T-Room?
Yeah. I think that's right. Yes. And it goes beautifully with what I'm wearing. So, and just look at the drape on that. I love it. This base has, it's merino silk, if you don't know. It's just gorgeous. And I have the geometric design.
I want to tell people that our sample knitter, one of our sample knitters, is the local priest where I live. I don't go to his church because I don't really go to church, but I love him. He hosts our local knitting group, and his name is Father Stewart. He's like the best human on earth. And when he knit that, he just went on and on and on about that yarn.
Oh.
And we feel like it's blessed. This piece is blessed, and so
he did a beautiful job. I got to see that in person, and it's just such a beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. I'm gonna take off my watch just so I don't snap.
Oh yes, I used to get very mad at you for that.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. So, all right. Well, so maybe I think we'll take a little time. We'll ask you guys some questions. Also, people in the audience, if you would like to ask Aimee and Brian questions, please feel free. So I'll just start us off. Maybe you can start just by telling us how Little Fox Yarn came to be.
I was turning 40 and having a bit of a midlife crisis, and as one does. I'm actually an interior designer by trade. I've been knitting for a long time and had been thinking about dyeing for a long time, but I was just at a place where I just needed some other creative outlet. I was feeling a little burnt out by my design work, and because I had been thinking about dyeing for a while, I decided to give it a try and completely fell in love with the sort of mad scientist kind of aspect of dyeing. And then, sorry, that's Stanley. He doesn't like it when people walk.
He wants to be Stanley.
Delicious.
Oh, well, he's a little black dog, and so.
He's been there the whole time.
Oh, Stanley.
Hi, everyone.
Let me hold him. You can see him in my white shirt. There he is.
There you go. Hi, Stanley.
If you're gonna dye yarn, as a hobby, it kind of has to turn into a business at after a while. We ended up. So I did turn it into a business, and when things first started kind of getting off the ground and we got our very first wholesale order, I promptly fell and broke 3 ribs the following day, and meaning I couldn't lift the pots. And so my husband here immediately learned to dye.
I got inaugurated into a trial by fire.
And so we became a dyeing duo from almost the very beginning.
We did our first show together at India Untangled 2018.
Yeah, in Rhinebeck. Yeah, so I've been vending at shows and with a friend helping me, and then he has now joined us, and so he comes to shows. And so when you guys met him, that was only the 2nd show he had ever worked at.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, really?
And I have to say,
no
even
idea.
though I think I'm the one who spotted Alison first across the way. She was over at Jenny the Potter.
Yeah.
And I said, "Look at that striking young lady with the red hair and the beautiful clothes in her certain way."
Yes.
Her
Doesn't she look stylish?
Doesn't she look stylish? And then she came over and she wanted to talk to us. We felt like the cool kids.
Oh, you guys.
I gotta say, Alison got there before I did. And she's like, "You have got to see this yarn."
Right.
She's like, "I've never seen anything this beautiful." Oh. I'm not making that up.
Yeah, it's true, you guys. So speaking of that, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about your yarn and what makes you and your yarn unique. Like, how do you decide on the bases you're going to use and the colors? Like, anything you want to tell us about your yarn
That's
itself.
Mostly my department, I would say. So I have a background in interior design. So obviously I have been thinking about color for a long time. And also, straight up, I dye what I like. So, I mean, that's really like any dyer, you're dyeing what appeals to you, what you like. And so from the very beginning, I have mostly dyed tonal colors in sort of subtle, more earthy shades that aren't, something you would find in nature, as opposed to, I love a beautiful bright pop of color, but in general, what I find interesting is dyeing things that are a little softer, a little more subtle. And then the bases that I choose, I like fancy yarn, or as Brian calls it, bougie yarn. I like a really nice yarn. And so
soft and
and not to
supple.
say that I don't enjoy something that's a little more rustic. Actually, our new Linea base is it's a non-superwash yarn that has cotton and linen and silk in it, and it has kind of a more rustic look, but it's still soft in the hand. And
Judy, what was it? Snuggly? What's the word?
Oh, slubby.
Slubby.
I just slubby to someone, and Brian cannot get over that word. You've never heard it before.
I've never heard that word
sort
before.
Of, it's.
I know that word.
Yeah,
is it just
slubby.
a yarn word?
I think
maybe it's just for yarn.
Yeah, or I think it's a fabric word.
I think
it's how most people are feeling during this home sequestering. They're feeling slubby.
Slubby. Yep. I'm definitely slubby. Actually, this is the first time I've worn looking at it.
I saw that Ingrid is making the Bobby sweater, which is this cute, bright sweater, and she's doing it in Blueberry Hill and Mandolin Orange, so it's kind of like,
that's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be so cute. Yeah.
I can't wait.
I
can't wait to see that.
Yes, I know. We just gave slubby a whole new definition.
Yeah.
Also, I have to say, I just fell in love with Mandolin Orange, and Aimee and Knitrino are working on another project together, and that's going to be in Mandolin Orange.
Yes, it's going in the mail tomorrow.
Okay. All right. So, let's see. I don't know. Let us see here. Maybe tell us a little bit about the song of the day. How did you guys get started? And for those of you who don't know, if you don't follow Little Fox Yarn, you need to. But they have been doing a song of the day that is like the highlight of each and every day for me. So tell us about the song of the day. where the idea came from and what hashtags we can follow to be sure.
Well, I've been very remiss on the whole hashtag thing. I'm going to fix that. I think we're going to be, I believe the last time I'd actually used a Little Fox song of the day hashtag. And so it all started because, we all kind of been sequestered in our homes, and we actually work from home. So it hasn't been a huge change for us, but one of the things that we do to make ourselves feel better when we're stressed is to sing a song. And because we actually do, when we're able to leave the house, we actually do go out and perform together sometimes. And Brian plays a lot more than I do, but occasionally I get to go out and be the girl singer in his band. And that's a whole lot of fun. But so the whole idea was that we sing for ourselves to make ourselves feel better, and we just wanted to put a little joy out into the world because it wasn't feeling so joyful there for a bit, or maybe even now. Yeah. So and as you know, it's not we're not been like faithfully every day, but we try to every couple of days to put up a song, and so we just
and the most joyful thing is all the energy coming back to us, that how much it's helping people, and that really makes us feel good. So we're hoping it'll be like a cycle, and we can keep doing it because everybody wants to hear it. But we've been remiss. We'll have to post one as soon as possible because we've just been working and doing things the last few days.
Well, so maybe you guys want to do a song of the day for us live on the air. And so I know we have 2 songs ready. Do we want to save one for the end? Should we do the song of the day now and end with our hand washing song so that when we're done, we can all go wash our hands so we don't forget?
That's a great idea.
Okay.
Okay, so I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to kind of turn the computer screen around. Brian has bass right here. He plays bass professionally, upright bass for a living, and so we're gonna do it right over here. So if you'll give us a second to turn, and and we'll do a little something for you.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Woo, isn't that pretty?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
We might not get to see your head.
We can fix that.
Oh, there we go.
Is this what you want to do?
That's what I'd like to do.
I
think it, it's a wonderful song. One of my favorite songs. We can get to it without crying. Oh no! Watch out.
Walkers in the neighborhood.
Walkers.
All right.
It's the prelude.
I feel this so. My doctor's so much worse, though, you guys. If only my job was doing.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
That's right, Stanley. Sing it.
I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces
People passing by, I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do. They're really saying I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
You guys are so good.
Thank you.
And I totally sprung that on her. She was not ready to sing that.
That was, yeah. So
She
It was
did it
so good.
beautifully.
So good, you guys. Everyone's how do we emoji on this? Vanessa figured out how to emoji.
It's next to the chat
found
box.
it.
sorry
Oh,
about
that
the
was
dog
great.
solo
Thanks, you
there.
guys. Oh, you know, it's part of the wonderful world. So.
I'm going to turn us around so that we can.
All right. Well, so Andrea and I thought it might be fun to show you a little bit about what we've been working on. And some of you may have already seen this. If you were on Instagram today, let me just set a couple things aside here.
Oh, well, wait. I'll go in first.
Okay, you show yours first.
So mine is still in progress.
That is mine. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Do you see that, you guys?
Do you want it?
Oh,
And look at mine.
that's gorgeous.
Look at that. We made company shirts, company sweaters. So I know, right? It's awesome. So mine is almost done. I'm just doing the ribbing around the edges. Mine is a little cardigan, so a little vintage cardigan. And so we thought it'd be fun just to tell you about our little tips and tricks we learned. Since we were doing the same thing, sadly we did not have an app to do this big chart, which would have been really handy. I can tell you multiple mistakes are in here because I did not have an app. But when we started this, I think I was a little bit ahead. It's because I was doing, I did the back of mine first, and I decided I was going to do intarsia, right? Because why not? Why not do intarsia for this? And I started it, and I was on like the third row of the lettering, and I was on a plane.
Coming to see me.
And I had,
You're coming to see me.
I was going to visit Andrea right before this craziness really hit the fan. And I had with 3 rows, I think I had over 20 balls of yarn hanging off this thing, and they were getting so tangled. Imagine sitting on a plane with 20 balls of yarn you're trying to manage. It just was not working. And so then I got to Andrea's house and I was like, this is a nightmare. And she's like, oh, just do duplicate stitch. That's what I was going to do. And I didn't know you could, I knew you could do duplicate stitch, but I didn't know it would work so well for something like this. And I love it. I love how it came out. It's a little bit, yeah, right. I know. I think everybody on the plane was annoyed with me, but it's even, it's a little bit raised just because there are 2 stitches there. And I just love the texture and how it came out. It's just amazing. So, yeah. That's our little tip or trick, was that you can do duplicate stitch for color work this big, and it works great. And the inside looks pretty nice too, which is great. I can.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can show you the inside.
It
See?
is.
Pretty tidy. And so yeah, there you go. We thought if anyone wanted to, we could show you duplicate stitch, but I don't know if you need to see that. I have a setup here if you do. But it's almost been a half an hour, so should we skip that? I don't know. Andrea?
Yeah, I mean, unless people really, really want to see it. But I have to say, there's a question from Becca.
Oh, yeah. So we don't have a shop ourselves, but there are quite a few places we're based in Virginia, and there is a local shop here to us in Midlothian, just south of Richmond, called Dances with Wool, and they carry our yarn, and we are carried in quite a few shops up and down, mostly up and down the East Coast, but also Wool and Honey in Michigan has our yarn. But
and I almost have enough to be like a wholesaler.
Is really close to having her own little Fox shop.
Yeah. So if you need a West Coast distributor, hit me up. My garage is available. Cool. Yes, the Shenandoah Valley Fiber
Fest. Where Ingrid has shopped for our yarn, and so so we're at festivals as well. Obviously, things this spring have kind of been a problem for all of us. But hopefully, when the fall rolls around, we're going to be able to kind of get out there in the world again. And
Ingrid McGill is talking about the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival at the end of September. We're hoping to be there.
So we're really looking forward to, and it's a small, as she says, it's a small event, and we're actually outdoors in a tent under some trees, and the weather's usually hopefully really nice, and it's just a really nice sort of low key festival. So if you're if you want to see the beautiful Shenandoah Valley in September, it's a great little festival. And then hopefully invite back too.
Right. Yeah, hopefully we'll all be at all those shows by then. And also, for those who are interested, Andrea and I are actually working on some other potential things for virtual fiber fests. So be on the lookout for those. We're also talking to some other people, like Diane from Lady Di Yarns and Cece, who is Creative Cece. So we're teaming up with them and hoping that we may have something new out there soon. So,
and also they're probably going to be guests on future parties if we continue to have those parties, which we think we will.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Yes, we're all a little bored. Okay, so Andrea, should we play around? So we are going to play a round of Knitters Against Swatches. How this works is Andrea is going to read a statement and you guys are going to fill in the blank. And then we will pick our favorite answers, and the winner will win a very limited edition Knitrino shirt. If we were really ambitious, we would knit you a sweater, but I'm sorry, you only get a shirt. It even has a little something on the back. So that is the grand prize this evening. A very limited run of t-shirts from Knitrino, since we're not having a booth anywhere this year. So Andrea,
I'm picking some. I'm selectively picking some. Okay.
Here we go. Everybody ready?
I got at least 4 if we have time. So all you guys do when I read the question, just type in what your answer would be, okay? Now, there are real answers to this game. Like breaking up with someone to get out of holiday knitting. But you get to make up your own.
Yeah, we think your answers are better based on prior experience.
Okay. All right, guys. Should we put a rating on this? Like, do you guys care? Like, who's sensitive out there? Should we say PG-13 answers?
I don't think we have any children here.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. We're going to warn you. You may hear junior high humor.
You can't
and
hear
somebody
me.
said, yeah. Can everyone else hear Andrea?
Oh, that's a good tip, Karen.
Star to do curse words. That's a good idea.
We can bleep the curse words.
Okay.
You might want to bleep other things too. I teach high school, so I have like no yes, Karen.
All right.
Okay. All right, guys.
So Andrea, you read the clue. I will repeat it just in case, since Ingrid said she couldn't hear it.
Pork, yeah.
Here
we go.
Love you guys.
I started knitting, so I would stop.
Blank. I started knitting, so I would stop. Blank. Fill in your answers. Go, go, go. It's going to be exciting. Started knitting.
Sleeping.
So I would stop sleeping. Karen, do it. Do it. Do it.
Drinking. Oh, Heather, but drinking goes so good with knitting. It's so nice.
It does most of the time. Oh, look, you already have a cocktail.
It's water.
Knitting is the gateway to drinking. It sure is.
Studying. Becca, you better study.
Okay.
Oh, that's my favorite so far, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, model train shops. Cindy, love it.
All right. Here we go. Next question.
All right.
Stitch marker. Who needs a stitch marker when you have
blank? Who needs a stitch marker when you have blank? Jack and Coke.
I've totally done that, Karen. Like, just didn't care. Like,
yeah, a rubber washer.
My wedding ring.
Paper clips. Used pencil.
Oh no, boys! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! You'll never know about her wedding ring.
Until she loses it.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can pick a favorite from this one.
Oh, chastity ring.
Alison, are you picking the favorites?
We'll pick a master favorite.
Does Aimee want to pick a favorite?
Oh, I muted it. Sorry. Brian was having some knitting. He's learning to knit, and he was having some problems. So I didn't want you to hear me.
You guys should, my boyfriend and Brian should start.
Safety mat.
Yep, safety mat. If he weren't working on the bridge right now, I'd get him.
Priorities.
Yeah. So there's so many good answers.
Okay, favorite.
I know. Cat hair, use dental floss, fingernail clippings. My wedding ring are my favorites.
Yeah.
Wedding ring.
Yeah, I know someone who uses their wedding ring for an emergency.
Really? I think Becca's telling the truth. Yeah. I think she really.
I know someone else who does that. Yeah, I think that's totally legit.
So, are we picking that one?
I think so.
Okay. Patty voted for it too. Okay. All right, last one, guys, and then we're gonna pick our favorite of the three. Is that how we're doing this? Okay.
I think so.
This is the PG whatever rated R. Be careful, Karen. I have a feeling Karen's gonna like this one. You can find a pattern for almost anything on Ravelry. For instance, I know Amy's answer.
For instance,
blank. No, there's not. No.
Oh, the penis song.
Very PG.
Oh yeah. No, we already were talking about how
there is a thong-along happening right now. I saw that.
Oh my god. Oh, cute little tampon.
So
the link to the knitted tampon, you guys, it really is a thing, and it's red. Oh my god.
I think that thong along is a pretty good one. Yeah, ew, right?
A willy warmer.
Yep. Yep.
Really warmer.
Pack sock. Yep. Yep.
Oh, there's a picture of the willy warmer
Definite.
coming. You guys might want to cover your eyeballs. I think it might just pop up.
Oh,
I want to see it.
It's seamless.
A man thong contest.
Oh my God.
Knitrino zone.
Oh wow.
I'm clicking the bait. I want to see the seamless willy warmer.
Yeah.
All right. Any other answers? I feel like we've kind of fixated on the tampon and the willy warmer. And the
All right,
thong,
Allison, you
the
pick.
thong. I mean, I'm gonna have to go with the willy warmer.
I would
It's just
tampon
awesome,
for sure.
right? No way.
The gross
No way.
factor really gets you in the gut or the other place.
It's true, but I feel like you could have a lot more fun with the willy warmer. Also, I've never heard that phrase
Willy
before.
warmer,
I really
I
like
like that
willy warmer.
phrase.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. We were joking earlier that a knitted willy warmer might be a little bit like the knitted masks that people are wearing. It's like it might protect you a little bit, but probably not as much as you wish it would. Yeah, no one does it anymore. It's true. It's true. All right. I think we have a winner for the willy warmer. So what do we think is the grand prize of
I think
all
they
of our
should vote.
answers? Andrea, you're in
They
charge.
should vote 1, 2, 3.
Oh, should they vote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one was
Okay, here. I'm gonna do it. Wait, Andrea. I'm gonna do a poll. I'm gonna say, what's your favorite answer? Okay. One was the wedding ring.
It wasn't. It was I started knitting so
Oh,
I
what
would
was it?
stop, and I picked Holly's. What was it? Hooking.
Okay. Okay, and 2 was the wedding ring. No, is that right? And then the willy warmer. And was there one more? Or do we only do 3?
Oh, yeah, only 3. Yeah. And our t-shirts come in multiple sizes, right, Allison?
They do. It might be a little while till you get one because we actually ordered a few more to offer extended sizes. So we have every size from small to 2XL, but it'll take a little bit.
Karen
to
is
get
so
one,
sweet. Like that really, I hadn't even thought of that. Worrying about people who actually have to make their money from hooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
All right.
All right.
Anna's wearing hers right now. What is she wearing? Because I just remember someone saying
Willy warmer could have been wedding ring.
Oh,
Hard to know. She's wearing her T-shirt because she was our big winner at our previous party.
Yay.
All right, guys, keep voting. The poll is running right now.
Do you guys see where to click to vote on the poll? Am I allowed to vote?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't think I can.
Vote.
Oh, I don't think so. Oh, maybe.
Oh, no.
Do I just click on? No, I don't think I can.
I don't know.
Oh, well, it looks like we have a clear winner. Although a lot of people haven't voted yet, guys. Only about half of you have voted, so you could still swing the selection.
And we actually, I had at least 2 people who suggest there was the penis sock and the willy warmer, which is semantics, I'm going to say. So, so we might actually end up with 2 winners from this, I think, if the willy warmer wins. Which
Oh,
it
you
is
just
winning.
biased the poll, Allison. You're like those newscasters who say.
Well, we're out of time anyway. Almost
right.
everybody's voted. So, okay. All right, here we go. Willy
In a
warmer is
swing
the winner.
vote.
So,
I said in a swing vote, it's
What's
the
that?
winner.
Yep.
yeah. So that's gonna be was it Molly and Sunshine who?
I'm not
who
sure.
had Willy warmer.
Molly?
Yes.
Molly said.
Yes.
Hooking. Oh, okay.
Molly and Sunshine. So email us your sizes and we will, and your addresses, and we'll get shirts to
Thank you, Karen.
when we can. All right. Well, you guys, this has been super fun. Oh my God. Karen has a gift. Karen might be our special guest next
Karen,
week.
who are you on Instagram?
Yeah,
Karen, who are
we
you
need
on
to follow
Instagram?
you. Yes, Sunshine, you won.
Oh.
All right. People are typing, but I think we're gonna close it out. So, KJT, yes, we know who you are. So, I think I'm gonna ask Brian if he'll sing us our hand washing
song to the tune LOVE.
So we're all getting tired of singing.
Oh, don't sing that song. It's horrible.
It is horrible. So we need a new song, and Brian wrote us a song, you guys. So is this its debut? Has it ever been performed
for
before
Aimee
live?
in our kitchen? Right after I wrote it yesterday, and it made me giggle. As you know, as I would like to say, as long as I'm getting enjoyment out of it, that's really all that matters. I mean, if you get enjoyment out of it too, that's a plus. But if it makes me laugh, then
yeah,
I've made my own day. L is for the way you lather your hands. O is for the only bar of soap I command. V is very, very, very sanitary. E is even more than you ever wanted to scrub before, and clean is all you want your hands to be. Don't touch your face or you'll catch Corona V. Practice social distancing. Stay at home unless you're grocery shopping. Love was made for me, and love was made for me, and love was made for me and you.
Yay! That was wonderful.
Where can we get this? Where can we get this downloaded at?
Well, the video I'm gonna upload to this whole thing. I'll upload to our YouTube, and I'll edit this out. I'll edit out the clip of him playing it and post that and share it on social media. How about that?
Yes.
All right.
And
Awesome.
Brian,
All right,
you really
guys.
need to put that one on Instagram, you guys, because I think that could be a huge hit.
I think it will. Yeah, it'll propel you to stardom, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, you guys, this is awesome. Thank you, everyone,
so much for
coming.
having us, and thank you all, everyone. It was so fun to see all of your comments, and thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we're gonna do this again on Sunday, Sunday morning-ish, depending on where you live, and that'll make it easier for some of our friends in Europe to join as well. So we hope that we'll see you then. If not, we'll see you somewhere on the internet, I'm sure. So thanks, you guys. Take care of yourself, wash your hands, and we'll see you next time. Bye.